Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Trade the Pool live stream this morning. We're just waiting on Michael, but Tim's here with me. How you doing, Tim?
Hello,
you okay?
everyone.
And hello to everybody.
A great morning it is.
Hey, Nolly, how you doing, Alf? Good to see you guys. Nolly's bullish on Apple today and Google. We'll take a look at that in just a second after this. Okay, Tim, I'm looking at Cura this morning. It seems to have had a little bit of a jump overnight on the cannabis stocks here. What can you recall the name of the ETF that has all the cannabis stocks in them?
Not off the top of my head, but I can probably get it up.
Is it Advisor Shares, something or other? Pure US Cannabis.
MSOS.
That's the one, yeah, MSOS. So
that's the multi-state distributors, I think, so that's why the ticker name.
And so do you know why we've seen this pop then in the cannabis stocks here in the US?
No idea. I'm curious.
So I've seen both of them go. The ETF and Cura, which I think makes up a lot of that ETF, are both sitting at a kind of benchmark level for me. And it's just when in their pre-market, it has been coming off their kind of $10 really near the round number there and just holding off. So I'm just keeping an eye on that because there is a level above, but just trying to see whether that's going to be like a small cap player that's going to give us something a little bit later on to look out for. I guess we should mention the problems we've had with the NASDAQ this morning, right? Because I haven't been able to execute very much at all. The volume I noticed was super low on absolutely everything this morning because they had some issues, right?
Yeah, I pulled up. I pulled up the NASDAQ system status website. Actually, if you got a browser up, just search NASDAQ status. They have a site which I would encourage everyone to bookmark. Just good in general. If you can find the exchange status pages, you can also find things on halts and things like that there. But Trade the Pool is all the NASDAQ listed stocks. The price feed comes from NASDAQ, etc. So I would bookmark this. And so, I think it mentioned a general. Oh, there's some more notes. But there was a general connectivity problem. And then they said there was something with the trade matching engine. So, that's would indicate if they're not able to match trades, then we're not going to see a lot of volume.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that was certainly the case this morning. I did hear. I think I kind of heard on the tape when they must have fixed it because I just heard this. I think they'd stopped most of the orders or cancelled a lot of the orders that were going through, but you certainly heard some that were sitting there like pending to go through. As they flowed through, it went like 8 a.m. kind of thing. All went a bit crazy there for a second this morning when they fixed it through. So just having a look.
And I've actually there was a more detailed description if we're curious. I can share my screen, and that way I'll get my screen sharing up, which will be good for me to do. Let's see. Oh, this isn't smooth. There's 8 million dummy windows that I have to try to work my way through for some reason.
There you go.
Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, so the connectivity issues shortly after pre-market. Matching engine issues which are affecting connectivity to the exchange. Orders sent using the Rash fix engine will not be acknowledged at this time. So there's a lot of attempted orders probably getting dropped. So that's it. Fix is a standard protocol used on the back end. Actually, you probably know about that, Scott, from your experience as well. But if they can't handle the fix protocol, then that will probably be an impact there.
Yeah. So it looks like they've got it resolved now. We're kind of seeing normal volume hit. There was a spike, like I said, as that all flowed through. But looking this morning, STI was one for me that I was looking to. I wanted to short it. It just, like I said, wasn't possible because they wasn't matching. But in any case, it was in a sell-side liquidity pool that was kind of stuck between two benchmarks.
Can we flip back to you if you're showing something?
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I was in a sell side liquidity pool here this morning, and we kept holding. So I missed this. Well, I missed it all because of the Nasdaq problem, but I would have missed this entry up here. But I was definitely around in time for this one at 275, which had the target down here somewhere at like 210, that kind of area. But yeah, nice tap into there as the liquidity came on. But since that, it's literally tried to double top there and couldn't do it, and now it has gone for that top at benchmark 2 for me. So what I'd be looking at, the normal thing for me, is to just continue to check what side's holding, the buy side or the sell side in these pools. So we've just broken our most recent sell side, so now I want to see if this buy side can hold, right? So if this buy side can hold at the benchmark, there's a high chance if we break the benchmark, we can get seriously bullish on this stock. Sorry, my bad. That's a buy order zone. Okay, but at the same time, because I am at a benchmark and I am seeing some rejection around these highs at 3.5 now, so just a spike above it, that I would keep an eye on this sell side liquidity here. So we've got sell side sitting up there at 340. So if we can hold this buy side and then hold this sell side and reject, then I might get in short here to anticipate the break of the buy side back down. And I'd be looking for a target. First target I think would be just coming off just before where it broke those highs. So I'd be looking at 290. I'll put an area there at 290. And then just below that, to be honest, I won't draw it on yet. Let's see if we get there. But certainly somewhere between 290 and 275 where we was resting, but we can still come down to this guy down here at 180, and we haven't fully utilized this $2 either. So that's what I'll be looking at this morning. That seems quite aggressive there. I'm going to be looking at trying to get into that. If that's,
what's up, Scott?
Hey, Michael.
How's
How
it
you
going?
doing?
I'm good. Hey, Tim.
Hey,
Lovely
look at
head.
that. Check it out.
Yeah, it looks great on you.
I still owe a full fit video, so I'll do that. I'll put it back in the box. I'll do an unboxing.
Oh,
that'd be good. That'd be good.
As long as it doesn't get banned. Is there any news on that, by the way? That I heard that passed the House, but did that move forward at all? Or
What's that? Oh,
the TikTok ban in the U.S.?
I don't know about that. I deleted my TikTok. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But
yeah, it's pretty dreadful. But yeah, the bill is actually.
I think they did close TikTok. Yeah. No.
Morning, Hans. How you doing?
Hey guys.
Yeah, the bill is actually a pretty sweeping federal control of websites. So the president can basically designate and give notice, 30 days notice, and then they can require. They can basically prohibit U.S. people from working on it or give a contributing code or anything like that. So
interesting. It will do something. That's gonna. It could be a war, right? So.
Yeah, you can get you mean like a trade war kind of situation?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
yeah. Some other legislative things we could talk about later if we want on the horizon, but yeah, I wonder where that one is. Right now, I'm just catching up on my watch list and plan for the week. As I mentioned to you,
So last chance hold here at this buy side before there is a gap down here to 295, pretty much where the VWAP is as well. So ideally, I want to see this sell side liquidity pop up to here and hold 340, and then that would be a nice ideal entry for me, although a little bit risky this close to the open. But we haven't been able to get into too much this morning anyway because of the Nasdaq issue, so it'll be good to start some trades again for me. What else have we got? What are you looking at, Michael? What have you got on the horizon this morning?
I'm just starting. I got a penny stocks through STI that I'm looking at. Google popping up nicely today. GOOG. Nvidia too. But those are the main ones that I see today. Yeah, I can only mention the bond dropping a little bit. That could be also interesting. Yeah, just a quiet start for the week, right? Besides the fact that the market did a nice move.
Yeah, it certainly did. Let's have a look at that actually. So the market has done a really nice move. So for me, it was the very, very close to the bottom of this channel. I think that probably everyone should have on their screens. So in holding this channel, we popped in down there. I think, was it Friday or was it pre-market? No, it was Friday's lows, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Friday's lows. So right into this bottom deep of this buy side liquidity for me. I now have the top one here that held earlier on the week, and the most recent one here. So we are toying with busting out of that top side at the moment. We're right there, triple top into this at the moment on the 5 minutes. So we'll see what that gives out. That gives out, I do expect more upside from the market today.
So I got my level at between like the resistance at 18,345 all the way to 380.90. So that will be my resistance.
Gold was making some interesting moves as well. So a friend of mine and I were looking at it last night. I actually tried shorting it, and that did not do too well. But then I wrote it long. That went really nicely, and then I said, "Oh, now it's topped clearly," but no such thing. So,
speaking of gold, the Bitcoin is looking pretty good to the downside. After the nice move from 74 to 68, bouncing up just a tiny bit.
The one I'm looking at is, or the one that I'm been playing a little bit this weekend is Solana, and that was, that's been hot. There was a nice short on that initially. A lot of bragging on Twitter from all the Solana meme coin bros around 8 p.m. But then that came down, didn't quite touch the 200 EMA on, what do I have it on, a 12-minute? Right around 9 p.m. Eastern, and then has just been pushing up ever since, just kind of popping through every level. So it's up to 210. I remember a week or two ago I looked at it and it was 130, so that's pretty nuts.
Right.
There is, and actually, I'm going to look real quick. I don't know what kind of equities impact there will be because I don't know what stocks there are, or if there's any ETFs on these, but I know Ripple and Stellar, there was some news. Solana probably a similar, Solana Algorand, because the ISO 20022, I believe, standard for like international bank settlements or something is moving forward, and there's some movement on that. So people are excited. I don't know how substantive it is, but I think that's where some of it's coming from. For just meme energy. Dog Whip Hat is on Solana, so,
Is that ISO 22 from a payments front or from a security?
That's ISO 2000. Yeah, I'll just pull it up here. Where's it good? So one problem with working on a big screen is that it's ISO standard for electronic data interchange between financial institutions. So I think it's a generic data interchange standard, but it's the idea is that that's the future of data interchange generally.
Yeah,
and so they're working on a interface to blockchains for that. That's one thing that got standardized recently. But
nice. Yeah, I know that was bringing that in for payments for sure. Definitely, that's already kind of in and embedded in I think the last one goes in November this year. But there's definitely, if they're starting to do that on crypto before they're doing it with securities, they're ahead of the game. So it looks like blockchain's going to get that first.
Well, I think the idea is it can be used as a transport for like currencies or securities, or I suppose anything. But I think the standard is just a generic messaging standard, but To be honest, I haven't looked into it as much as I should. Oh my goodness. And yeah, when are we going to see a dog with hat ETF? The SEC needs to approve one of those right away. Because anyway, let me check how Coinbase is doing actually, because there's been a lot of.
I'm looking at it. It just flat
coins,
on the day. But it could be interesting if the Bitcoin will continue to the downside today, and it got plenty of room for that. Then coin could be great. Also, Mara, obviously.
Hood as well. And I'm thinking with the, if we see a divergence between sort of meme coins and the more serious crypto, then it'd be interesting to see how that plays out for example, Coinbase versus Robinhood versus, some of the others.
All right, I'm just reloading my my scanners here. It just dropped out on me, so give me a sec while they load and get them back. So it's another one I was looking at this morning was a couple ANNX. I was looking at ANNX on Friday. Let's just share this one. ANNX on Friday. I liked it for a short. So Thursday it hit a benchmark. Then there was a kind of double top into it. I knew I had another level up here at 7s, but still it was looking nice and holding a sell side liquidity up here. But it just couldn't. It kind of tagged my first target, but that was really quick down, come back straight up. So I covered the position for a scratch, right? Literally, during here I felt like this was not what I was expecting to see. I was expecting a much quicker resolution to the downside after this bar here and didn't get it. But since it has closed above that benchmark and is now testing, or was testing in post-market, the buy-side pull. And now we're up again this morning on ANNX. Again, it's been sketchy on volume this morning because they've not been pushing a lot through. So not sure, but I'm keeping an eye on ANNX because the next level I see on it is 7, although bogey's at 7.25 for me, so I'll be careful of that. Just checking where Very is as well, because Very was a nice short I wanted to get this morning. Okay, so Very was a benchmark 2, hit it up, and then 2 sell side liquidities down there from kind of 475 down to 430. Currently resting in this pool, so if we can work our way out of there, could be a retest for the highs there. If not, you might find shorts just jumping in on a little VWAP play there at about 435 or 440. But other than that, it's been rather quiet on the again, it's been a bit of a challenge working out what's what this morning, to be honest.
Scanner is very quiet. And welcome Zui Latu, I hope I say it right. Welcome to the channel. And we're using the platforms. We're using a bunch of platforms. Obviously, Tradepool's platform, and also I'm using Thinkorswim. Scott is using TradingView. If you join Tradepool, by the way, guys, for those of you not familiar with, you actually get a free subscription for 30 days for Trade Ideas or Transpider or Bookmap, one of our good friends there. So check it out.
Yep.
And then Molly is sharing his main list: Google, MU, Apple, from Nike, Boeing, for.
Was that another thing for another bit fell off another plane for Boeing?
Yes.
No.
I saw a photo of it. I was just
Really?
I was just streaming earlier. I wanted a photo of it. I saw, but yeah, it looked like it was just torn off. It was brutal. But
Wow.
the rumor was they did an emergency landing. Apparently that wasn't true. Apparently it was just they landed like normal and found when they looked at it on the ground, they're like, oh, there's pieces missing in this plane. The interesting thing is that it was a United plane. A lot of these incidents are United. So I was actually swinging a short over the weekend on both Boeing and United. Not a lot of movement. There was a dip aftermarket on Boeing, not so much on United, and then not a lot of movement this morning. But it is interesting. Is this a Boeing problem or is it a United maintenance problem? there's definitely, and then there's interesting things like the Boeing whistleblower who apparently told his friends and neighbors, like, if anything happens, I definitely won't kill myself. And, then he killed himself. So that's interesting. And Boeing lost all of the security footage, or all the footage of who was working on the door in question. And it's amazing. But I don't know that Boeing will ever really drop. It's got support probably. But yeah, that was. I'm curious to see if you see anything with United here. They're holding steady, but widespread, no liquidity there. To the question about platforms, actually, what one thing I do as well is so I like some of the tools in Interactive Brokers and in Moomoo. I think is really visually friendly. It has a nice mobile interface. And then I also use, for example, the Baja news site. And I actually subscribe to a newsletter. It's a Biofarm Catalyst. So I'll go through that. And that's actually what I'm going through this morning is reading up, seeing if there's anything interesting that happened or coming up this week, conferences, things like that. So there's a lot of good services you can find and subscribe to. There's a lot of good free info out there. But I would encourage, personally, my feeling is, find some sector. And, for me, I had some experience in medical devices and I'm just kind of building off that. But I think if there's something where you can bring some real world knowledge or kind of research that as you go along and find something you have some familiarity with, that's going to help you in interpreting the news, interpreting the chart moves and things like that,
I'm just having a look at this MSOS ETF on these cannabis stocks here that seem to be coming off quite nicely off this benchmark here.
Yeah, did you figure out if there was a news catalyst or what was the...
Yeah, for the cannabis, it was, I think it was Friday that it started. Let me check.
Yeah, was there some news or...
There was. I don't remember what exactly it was, but another approve or something.
Yeah, my brain is mush this morning. Like I said,
yeah.
I think I mentioned
I read it. I read it, but I forgot. We can check that. Let's see.
Yeah, I did sort of an inadvertent all-nighter, so I've been trying to just look over things, and I got that sort of nervous energy I'm operating on. But if I crash halfway through the show, you know why.
Yeah, Curaleaf doing the same thing into its kind of $7 benchmark there. I think that's got something above it. Yes, so 850s up there. So we'll see if that's that'll be interesting to keep an eye on them this morning, I think. So the other one I'm looking at is Sound. Still a backside play for me at the minute, but it's AI, so I don't know. I do know it's been holding these buy side liquidity pools ever since it kind of dropped off its initial pump. Let's get this up on the 2 hour, see what we've got going on here. Yeah, so it's literally had 1, 2, 3 pumps in now. Benchmark was sitting up here around $9. It's got up to 10, and it's held its most recent one as well. So sell side is up here at 9.5 still again. That's fresh off the most recent down move on Thursday. And we're holding the buy side. So I'm interested to see what happens here, to be honest, between 9.50 and 10 to see whether we reject off for a nice little short back down or whether it is going to end up being another push for another AI stock. So keeping that on watch this morning as well. I had BBAI up this morning as well, but I'm not sure. Yeah, BBAI has been up there, come back. It's resting at the moment. So I need BBAI to start shouting out on some scanners before anything else comes in with that one.
Now, of course, it is a FOMC week. I will say that as far as the calendar. So we've got a couple probably interesting days leading up to that. That'll be on Wednesday. And actually, I need to check. I know the Bank of Australia is figuring out their plan. So that might give us a lot of times these move together. So let me see there. A couple other ones that were on my list from last week, seeing what happened. ARM again. That is at kind of it's kind of at the bottom of its upper range here, I guess. I'm not sure how to put it, but it looks like it's trying to bounce there. And Target, I'm feeling good about. So if it doesn't finally bounce, you can all kind of point and laugh at me, but I think it's finally going to go this time.
Okay. What you got on Tesla, Michael? Anything? You had a look at any levels on Tesla this morning? I've got a kind of 172 to 174 up there to look for some sort of rejection, but it did kind of come. If I was looking at it from, or maybe the 2 hour, I'll get to see a bit more. So I had this benchmark to benchmark play down here for Tesla, and it's got like the gap was obviously beautiful, just since the beginning of March all the way down here, but I'm questioning now that it has kind of double bottomed into this area and started to work out, and it did ping down to a buy side, like literally just the pre-market right down into that 164 area, and now is already back up at 170.
I'll share my screen for a sec.
Sure.
So I got we talked about Tesla on this area, I believe the 169.70. It bounced just a tiny bit, but continued further down. Reached that level that I got here at 161.17. Made a nice move. Looking pretty solid to the upside. If we'll break through that tiny area of 171, we'll break that. We got plenty of room to the upside. At least like $3. So that's what I'm aiming for, reaching those levels for me.
Yeah. Now I did look it up, so I had it wrong. I thought that was last night / this morning. So yeah, Bank of Japan has their interest rate decision tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern. See, consensus is 0%. Previous was negative 0.1%. Japan always sort of an interesting outlier on these rates. And then Australia's comes out at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. And the press conferences are at 12:30 a.m. Australia and 2 a.m. Japan. So nothing really high volatility that I'm seeing initially on US-wise Monday and Tuesday. But of course, Wednesday we have FOMC. But we have those rates, and then we also have Canada inflation data tomorrow morning at 8:30. So we might be able to use that to get some insight into.
That's it.
All right, let's see what we can get out of this market this morning. We're all seems to be on the back foot because of the Nasdaq this morning. But let's see what we've got. Let's see what comes out. Okay, STI pushing into its sell side liquidity pool for me here. Let's just call this up a second. So here we go. This is kind of the moment of truth for STI for me as to whether it can hold this 340, 350 level or whether it is going to shoot up at all. So I'll just call up STI over here, see if we've got anything on there.
Nothing above it, right?
I mean, I could find something if I went back to the daily kind of thing, but yeah, we've pretty much done everything so far. Benchmark 1 stalled at the bogey level, and then benchmark 2 this morning in pre-market. So let's see what that has for us, if anything. So just let it confirm for us if possible.
You know what? It's above its all-time high right now. Yeah, it's above the daily. Everything on the daily is gone.
Okay, so Boeing is just tapping its lows from last night. And starting to slip. United's still not doing much. Very interesting.
Okay. Nvidia pushing higher. Does look a good place to start shorting it, STI, right?
STI, I'm in.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah, I just got that. It's about 328, 325, but we'll see. We'll see what it gives. Just give it a second. Literally, the what's that? The second minute of
Yeah.
yeah. Nasdaq push in. It's above that sell side zone now for me. Let's have a look here. All right, so there's your tap into the liquidity pool at the benchmark 2. That is my perfect entry. If it works out or not, there's nothing I can do about it now. But I can't not get in that benchmark 2. Pull back to sell side. That's it. If I see rejection, I've got to get in. If it comes up above this 350 level, like I said, it seems to be blue sky above. So it's, I'd have to jump out of that if a double top doesn't hold there. But that'd be about.
Oh, and speaking of not holding, Boeing just fell through that low. So down we go. BA.
Nice push. Yeah. Tesla dropping.
Let's have a look at Tesla today. Fancy Tesla today. Oh, it didn't quite get up there for me. Never mind. I'll play with what it's giving.
Disney, I thought, looked strong, and right out of the gate, they are. Wow. When was their shareholder meeting again? Does anyone know? I know they have that proxy fight going on. I think it's the end of the month. I think it's not for a little bit, but wow. They just moved 1 point already, 112.29 up to, let's see, the close, excuse me, was 111.95, and now they are 113.61. Wow. That is just a straight line up.
Nice.
Right back into the channel. I think we had a lot of de-risking going into the weekend. Was that your feeling?
What do you mean?
Just it felt like deleveraging or just going to cash or things like that. Oh, okay. Disney wins key endorsement in proxy fight. Glass Lewis backs Disney directors in boardroom fight. So that's interesting. That means, I guess, the market likes current Disney management. I guess would be the way to interpret that. I don't know.
Looking at NVIDIA, she's right at. I think I missed that.
I'm trying to work out whether that push down in Tesla is a place for longs up to that 172, 173 area at the minute. Let's see what happens there. I think it's
a nice push on NVIDIA. What about Tesla? What do you got there?
I would have preferred that it popped up before it popped down. I wanted to look at 172 there for a short, but I didn't get it. But it's it didn't quite get up to 169. Yeah, I've got 165 down here. If it wants to pull back from that, from the move from the lows, that's got 165 on it for me. So it's
going
just
in
gonna
NVIDIA.
be momentum.
Above 914. Ooh. Not a great field on NVIDIA. So going back to that, let's see if it can break that resistance right here. This is the hourly resistance from the pre-market, with the pre-market. So we're trying to break through that. Here we go. Nice move. The classic move will be to drop, to retest it, and then continue higher. Hopefully it will do that so I can add a little bit more.
And I am trying a small Disney short.
Plenty of room to the upside.
I'm short Tesla.
Yeah. So I tried a small long on Target and a small short on Disney. I don't trust that pop. Here we go. Target is doing it. That's great.
Nice move for Tesla.
Yeah, I've just got a benchmark here. Just noticed the benchmark sitting here at 167 actually. So it's got to work its way through 167 and 166.25 if it's going to carry on down to this 164. So let's see if these stair steppers work out for me.
Did you change your microphone?
I did, yeah, because there was definitely feedback on the other one. So this is an older microphone, but yeah, I was definitely getting static on that other one. So yeah, I switched.
22. Still got like $2 on Nvidia to go to reach the resistance. Gotta add more shares.
I'm going to just add another take profit on United down at 42.32 because I think, well, we'll see, but I think it could give up the move from Thursday and Friday. Just get back down there.
Oh, and that's that little benchmark I just tapped into there. So I need that momentum to carry on and clear through this. Otherwise, I could see some buys coming in here. Just flick over to STI for a second, see how that position's doing. Don't think it's, yeah, so it's stalling a little bit just ahead of this kind of buy side. They're set the round number at $3. I have this down at 297. So just keep an eye on that VWAP play, color change, everything going on here. So I see every reason for two entries here to the long side, to be honest. But like I said, I can't not take the short when I see this. So let's just see what I've got. Where's Liquid Vision gone? I need another one. Let's get her up here. Okay, so from the last move then, my key level on STI, oh, it's exactly the same as the previous one. Just a little bit slimmer, but pretty much the same. So for this short to still be in play, I now need 340 to hold. Obviously, I can still keep my stop up above the double top, but that for me, that's the key level now is 340. Now, so these longs that would have got in here on the, you know, I do like these. It's not like, you know, I don't think they're not good entries. I just think you've got to know what your profit target is when you're in these small caps as to how long they can go at this time of day. So even though that's a great VWAP play, your moving averages there, and you've got your color change on increased volume, I do like that play. It only went up to obviously 340. I'm guessing people are still in there with their stops below the round number. So at the minute they're still getting paid if they're still in that. So it remains to be seen who's on the right side and who is on the wrong side. But I'm hoping I'm on the right side.
Canopy is popping up nicely. 3.6 could be a nice move. CGC from the cannabis industry. And I see coins started to push to the downside, so we might see an entry there as well.
I was listening back over the weekend. I checked out COCH. Just watching Tesla there. It still can't work its way down below that benchmark to 167. As a double bottom into 167. Let's see if it can hold. I feel like those buyers are going to come in here. Yeah, the weekend I was looking at COCH. Remember the play from like last week? We were saying I really liked it for a short at 950 down to 4, and it it was such a beautiful, literally a 950 from that sell side, and I drew this big red box, and that was the first red day. We come up to 950, and it was just a beautiful momentum short down to the $4 area, which for me is kind of done for the minute. But that was a really nice play.
Market is reaching resistance right now, so you can see on my hourly chart on the NQ, we're actually getting into that resistance area right here after a very nice push to the upside, closing that gap from Friday, then turning all the way up. Obviously, that's a range, so we can easily play with it until we will start to drop. But I believe we can start expecting to see maybe another push to the upside, but then a drop, trying to reclaim the highs, and then another drop. Here we go, STI broke the 3.
Oh, nice. So Tesla needed that 168 to hold. I'm now looking, so I've got this double bottom right into the benchmark here. There's obviously more room in that benchmark, but that's why I need to fail right there. I need that to fail to continue to push down. Need that to fail. Quick look. STI. Okay, that's nice. So that's. Oh yeah, that is nice.
Let it ride.
I knew he's gonna say that.
I gotta be the you know, you got the devil and the angel on your shoulders, right? I gotta
Yeah.
be one of them.
You know what? Yeah, it's whether or not you've been burnt by these things coming down to exactly this level and then shooting up to $50 from 3. But yeah, we'll see what we get. So this is kind of exactly the middle of this range at 288, where I would be looking to take this off the table. But we'll see. I got the. I like to use these moving averages. They're generally good for holding, these yellow ones for holding a momentum rundown. But with these, time of day is so key with these small caps. They literally can have a really nice push, and then you'll sit here for the rest of the day watching it go back to 320 and then ultimately 340 to come back down to 260. And it's whether or not it's worth your time to sit there for to sit through that. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Did you get in this, Michael?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right, so still holding STI then, and still holding Tesla for me at the moment. Okay, so that's nice. That's nice. So yeah, that's the one I needed that to fail. If that would have held, I would have been thinking that's pushing back up to that sell side at the top there. So that's good. So now I'm just kind of let this run down, make sure 165.77 can continue through with momentum to then start looking at a target of 165 and 163. Do you think more downside on Tesla at all, Michael? Or do you think them lows from the end of last week would hold?
Let's see.
Down to 160, basically.
Yeah. Oh, you mean all the way down to 160?
Do you think 160? Yeah. Do you have that as an area of interest for support?
165 currently, I see.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm still working my way in NVIDIA.
GameStop took a dive right off the open, trying to catch here at 14, but
you know what? I just saw the trailer, The Dumb Money. Did you see it? Did you see the movie?
Yeah, well, we did a movie night on the Trade the Pool Discord Friday night. We'll have some follow up discussion of it this week, and I think there was a deal on Amazon for the book too, but the movie was $6.99 to buy. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Okay, Nvidia looks pretty decent, working that level. If it will break through that, then it could easily go to 930. But let's see if it can break that. See high volume coming in. I don't really like it. Let's see if it can break that to reach 930. So basically, that's at the level from the hourly. Broke through it, held it as support twice, and now pushing higher. So I did it. In most cases, as you know, I'm adding to my losers. In that case, I started here, got filled like a turbo filled actually, and then I added more along the way. Again, hopefully it will break through that, and then we will see a very nice trade. I want to add more, at least not in the money. I'm watching the market. Like I said, it did reach resistance, so a drop could make sense. But I wanted to go just to see it go just a little bit higher, and then have a nice or bigger move to the downside. So hopefully Nvidia can stay a little bit more at the top of the range. But the market does look good to the downside.
Still holding Tesla here for me at the minute.
Finding
it difficult because it is in a benchmark, but at the moment I don't think there's anything price action wise giving me an indication that it's stopping right now. It's a little double bottom into the middle of this, but let's see if we can't get down to 164. On STI, I covered STI right in that middle of that box there because again, I just know this is a decent kind of play for people to target the VWAP on a long, and sometimes that's going to come all the way back to 324. So I'd rather take it off and get back in if I need to. But yeah, this color change here is the one I kind of speak about. When you get that in with a decent moving average, the color change, I think we always see that volume in. It's just whether or not, when we've taken it from kind of 330 down to 288, it's just going to come back for some at the minute. So let's see. So these guys would have all got stopped out that were playing that exactly the same game as what is being played down here. So I'm looking for these guys to get paid to VWAP, which some would have had that, and as to whether they'll be taking money off at the highs if we get up there again. So current sell side liquidity, if they need to come back and get it up there at 324, 330 ish. What else is everybody also looking at? I guess they've got an ongoing kind of trend line, haven't they, here at the minute? So let's see if that can break. But yeah, I'd happily kind of, if this pushes back up to 325, 330, and I see some rejection up there, getting this again. Tesla. All right, so there's these momentum moving averages just holding Tesla at the moment for me, giving me a bit of comfort on that the short is still good. And then see if we've got down to that 165 level if possible. There you go. FRM is a good chance to the upside from 33.5 FRM. It's certainly trying, Nikki. It's certainly trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that for me, from the lows to the to the open highs would be a zone, I would look for that to do exactly the same as what you're suggesting. So, oops, buy side. Sorry, man. Yeah, buy side there. Just tapped into the middle of that. Whoa. Yeah, so that dropped down on Thursday. That's where I'd see a potential if they need to come and get it. If they need to come and get it, what else has it got here? Yeah, it's off new lows, so yeah, just be careful if that 33.22 fails. Obviously, they're double bottoms as well, around just below that level as well. But for me, that 33.25 level would be a key level to hold for keeping this long.
So Nvidia did drop nicely from the top, now reaching again the support area. So I'm still waiting to see if the market can go to the upside again. Not adding anything yet.
Okay.
Team, what you looking at?
BHC actually was looking nice. So that's another perennial one, but I noticed that picking up some steam here. So healthcare in general has been interesting. But
very nice drop on Boeing today. Can only hope you took it.
Yeah, my short is still going there, so that's good.
Nice.
And I'll just remove it. Let's see.
Looking at 66 on Tesla here to hold. I don't like what it's doing at the moment out of that benchmark. 167.14 fails up. I feel like that wants to go to 167. Let's see.
Oh, well, that's interesting. That's super annoying. I think my feeling my order build. All right. Well, it looks like when the system wasn't letting me put in the orders due to that thing, it looks like I actually got my short. I took a loss on my Boeing short in the other account, but this time short United as well. Yeah, I think it must have accepted the order after that through. Let's
STI rejecting off that VWAP play, so just letting those buyers and sellers fight that out at the moment. So what's key for me to the rest of the day on this really is this gap and the break of 75 if we can get it. So just watching the moving average color change buyers taking out the short sellers on the VWAP right now. See who wins that game. Tesla, what we got? Tesla. Anyone else in the chat looking at anything else other than we got AFRM? Nvidia for you, Michael. You still working that?
Yeah, barely. Let's see. I need the market to shift side so it can start pushing Nvidia. I'm looking at it, but it doesn't look that great.
All right. So
and while BHC is just going here, if it gets back to its pre-market high, that'll take it to 935. But this one it just bounces around a lot. So this one has a tendency to always look like it's just going to break above a key option strike by the end of the week, and then it'll mysteriously give it up, and then next week it looks like a sure thing again. So it feels strong today.
Just want to check the SOUN play. I haven't heard any alerts go off on it. Okay. Okay, so I was looking. Oh, right. Did I not have that on alert? Okay, so couldn't get up to that 960 area this morning. Looks like it held its sell side. Right there. It certainly tapped into its bigger buy side liquidity now. And right here is just where it needs to break to have another look further into it. So breaker 67.
So on Nvidia, I got some orders waiting to get filled. If it will break through 912, I'll jump in with another chunk, the last one, before I'm getting out of this hole, I guess. Okay, I'm out Nvidia.
Okay, so this is it for me on Tesla. If this level doesn't hold, like I say, I just see this benchmark as a reason for it to come all the way back to 169 right now. So I've given way too much profit back onto that one for me. I should have been out of there in the middle of that benchmark, or certainly at least this tap into the buy side when that come out. Never mind, STI was fine as well. Let's see. So that sell side would have dropped down further now because of the new lows, I think. Yeah, so bringing that down to 168.91. Let's see.
Right, excuse me a moment. I'm just going to go grab another energy drink because it's that kind of morning.
Feeling it this morning, Tim.
We call it coffee. I don't know what's the English name for it.
No, I have coffee too.
I actually, what it's called? Feasting? Is that like not eating, not
fasting? Yeah,
fasting. Yeah,
yeah.
So I'm doing that today. I'm only drinking water today. Don't ask me.
I do that. I get through most days like that. Coffee and water.
So yeah, so only water for me today. So I'm kind of super etchy, just looking for that. Waiting to finish with that, I guess. Okay, I guess we will wait for Tim to come back, and then we will have the one that you really like.
Who's is it Tim's turn or is it my turn?
Oh, so there's a game here. There's a game. you might end up doing that, or team.
Could be anyone.
Hmm.
Okay.
Coin did drop nicely. Also, Bitcoin as well made a nice move. Maybe it will be interesting the next few days, because if the Bitcoin, I'll share my screen for a sec. Look at the BTC. Looking at the contract, right? The futures contract. So you can see it playing below the 200 EMA that held it perfectly the last few months or so. Every time we reach that, the 200 EMA, the green one, held as support, even here. And also here, we broke through it, got rejected from it, and then right now we're consolidating. It looks to me pretty good to the downside. And I guess if it will, then we will get a day or few hours of a massive drop similar to what we saw here. So we need to make sure we're watching them if we want to trade them. Just watching them for the next few days, Coin, Mara, those kind of stocks, and maybe try to catch that big move if we'll get it. Anything on the penny stocks beside the STI?
No, not really. It's very quiet. SMR. Let's have a look at SMR, because SMR was ticking up earlier. Let's have. Oh, no, actually, that doesn't look too bad. Let's see what levels I've got on SMR. Okay, so it's looking up there. Oh, so we've 940 was the bogey level. We do have 1090 for the start of that little benchmark there, up to 1130s. But the bogey levels is enough for me to look for a short on this. What else have I got back here? Nothing on huge volume. So it's busted its huge volume back here, which has sent it through the roof. Oh. So yeah, it wouldn't be as comfortable as I would like it. I'd much prefer this to be up at 11. So I'm probably going to wait for it. But it's doing what I would expect from that entry. The only difference is it's going to be pre-market, I guess, off this benchmark. Yeah, I'd have a target down there at 9 for that. Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, I guess between 11 to 1120.
Yeah,
that should be the range.
But regardless, it looks quite nice. It's toying with breaking everything right now. VWAP, moving averages, a little pop to the downside, maybe on SMR. Okay. Much rather short those pops into the sell sides at 980. We're currently 40 cents down off of that right now. Haven't seen that. I guess.
Would you go in here already? Because I mean, it made a strong move already, right? From 1020 to 9.4. Are you looking to jump in here at the break of the 940?
It'd be a chase for me. Yeah, it would be a chase. Like I said, there's still every chance it can go up and have another look at that 980 level again, and then I'm 40 in. But yeah, it's like one that you could work, right? If you've got the risk available, one that you can work.
Tiny is saying Gov, GOEV, but yeah, that's already gone. GOEV. So that's reached 3.8 and dropped all the way to 2.8. So I guess we missed that flight. But obviously, we can always keep in mind, because those pubs will come eventually again. And I guess the next level should be at around 4, or maybe just a tiny bit. Yeah, 4 will be good for that. So if we will see that even today pop into the 4s, then that could be a nice move to the downside. Yeah. Hey, Tim. Yeah, good.
Yeah, just looking at SMR there. I've just taken a little starter position up there, so size that down so that if it comes up to 980, I can 980, kind of even 10. I can add a little bit more if that holds, and then not small enough, I guess, to let it go to 11, but
Yeah.
definitely for a stop up there around a 10. So let's see. I mean, it works like again that that is what I trade, right? Those highs into the level. In this case, it's the bogey that's kind of holding, and then pull back to it that holds. So it's decent enough what I'm looking at to get a push down here to 9 or 865 in this case.
So this is interesting. We've got a
It's time!
Okay, everybody, this is another happy segment. And what we're going to do today is basically trade what you will tell us to. But in order to choose the one that will do that, either Tim or Scott, I will choose a number between 0 to 10. And the one that will choose the closest one to me will be the one that we'll have to trade. Okay, so
right, one sec.
Okay, here you go.
All right, so if I take my hands off, right, I'm let me put the chat on, so you can see now I'm in with I can put tiny T's up there, right? So I'm in the chat. Put that number in the private chat.
So I'm thinking of a number. Okay, I got a number between 0 to 10.
okay.
You guys need to decide your number. If it the one that is super close to mine, like the closest one to mine, will be the one that is trading. And you guys at home can write down the symbol and the long and short, like the sides. So, okay, let's go. I got a number.
Okay. Michael, can I ask, are you kind of like a glass half full or a glass empty kind of guy?
Oh, dear.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Gil. Thank you. All right.
Okay, I got it. Go.
Okay. I'm going to go with 7.
I'll say 3.
Okay. Very nice one. Scott, get your stock ready and let's roll.
Wait, what was it though?
Hey, it's not in the private chat. Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was they didn't have to go if they got
No, you got it right.
I won. So I get to do the
But this is a beautiful opportunity that you can profit from the wisdom of crowds, right?
Yes, I can indeed.
And I guess Hans just chose one for you, NVIDIA long. That could be great. You know.
Let me throw one in the mix. URI long.
URI. I used to trade this symbol so many years. It was a great symbol to trade. This time it's just a shitty one.
Which one?
You are
watch
right.
SMR. Watch
okay.
SMR. SMR is looking for that. Either it's trend line or it's 980.
I would short it from the 11 if it will reach that.
Yeah, that's I much
SMR.
prefer that.
Yeah. Okay, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with ends on that. So Nvidia long, take it away.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Nvidia long. All right. Let's just get this on. All right, we are filled
Actually,
at
it looks good.
915 exactly. Filled at 915. And
Like-
let's see what I've got here.
Exactly where I got out, like stopped out, it went up. Exactly where I stopped out.
Oh,
Isn't
that's
that
not always the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Newsletter back.
All right. So ideally, then I need. To break above that 921 area for a really nice trade. If not, I'll be looking to see what we've got up here. So SMR holding its trend line as well now. Let's put this down here. Nice short on SOUN. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful SOUN short play. The crack of that buy side liquidity further down into that area. Looking for 810 on that. I haven't taken it. My bad. Someone in the chat. All right. What do we got? SMR. Okay, so yeah, just holding its trend line. See if we get a pop up into this 980 level, or I will close at kind of around 10ish and then re-enter at 11. Anything else being shouted out here at me? Let's put this on. SMR still the last money flow ticker. Momo scanners. Yeah, IMRX. Someone called it IMRX, didn't they? Who had that? Great Scott. Yeah. Nice pump up and coming off here. You know what? That was the micro entry there if I was going to go for that. Micro entry. So my target offer, where does that come from? Yeah, that's nice.
What a nice move on Google, the drop. You know what, Nvidia, you got lucky, Scott, because Nvidia is super strong, like generally, right? The last. So
Can't disagree with that.
yeah, so even if the market will push a little bit higher, it should bounce. Although, if I'm going back to the market, let me share the screen for a sec. So we talked about this area of resistance, and the market did reach that drop. Now reaching that again.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
So I want to see just a tiny bit. It could maybe drop from here, but I actually prefer to see it go a little bit higher, reaching those areas like the top of the range, and then start the downfall. And hopefully Nvidia will do some justice for you, because you are trading the last month or so this segment. So we'll give you a break for the next few days.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Yeah, I think the same though. I totally agree with what you're saying. It is, yeah, I have these sitting here. That is a sell side liquidity pool that it's into. I do expect some pullback, down at least into this 878, 880, I guess 885 area, not drawing it in. But overall, yes, still very. I mean, you could argue. I guess that what is on my side is if we get a little break of this, if we get a break to the upside, then it could be off and running again for NVDA. But yeah, I definitely think a little pop further into here is going to see. I don't think I'll get a lot of legs on this today unless that trend line breaks.
No. GOEV dropped to the 3, so let me know what you want to do with that. Mihai? You know what? Maybe a long above 314 could be nice. The main area is at around 4, so technically you can expect it to go higher. Tesla, what a change, right? What a reverse move.
I nearly hit the button on that long of that. Where was it? Let me just put GOEV back on here. Put that there. Let's see where that Tesla was. Yeah, I nearly hit the Tesla long. Ooh. For the same reason that I get short is a long, literally from the benchmark play, pulls back to the buy side. That's my confirmation. It's difficult. It's like when when you're short, and you're trying to hold that short, and then it starts showing you the buy, and that's definitely a good reason for me to get out, Michael. If I see the buy signal, that's good enough to not to hold it any further. But yeah, so ideal for this, and this was the level here that it had to crack. That was it. So you see, excuse me, you can see here it held it here at 167.99, pushed down. This was the same level there. That if it starts to move and close above it, then generally it wants to go back to that previous pull or more, because we're up there at 171. But never mind, I missed that buy. Not to worry. Okay, let me go back to that GOEV a sec. I want to see, is this its first day or not? No. Okay, so let's see where those benchmarks might be appearing. Oosh. Okay, so this what gives me a bit of comfort about the levels now. So that is what I have, and the fact that these are acknowledged so nicely before that next push up, I'm not worried about. With small caps, I'm not worried about smashing through benchmark number 1. I'm worried about benchmark number 2 holding. But that is a beautiful play up there. So yeah, that I have had this from yesterday. That's what would have been on my chart, but I wouldn't have gotten my perfect entry. As you can see, it was so aggressive at that benchmark. There's no point it would have come back and let me get in. That doesn't mean it's not gonna give it to me today though. So I'm just going to put a little alert here around 340, because $3.50 would be nice. So if I was short, that target would be 280, or we could go for the middle. So again, the same thing I look out for. So I'll be looking for 280 as a target on that, being aware of these red moving averages and that color game that it comes into it all around this area between 260 say 265 and 280. I think you've got those dip buy players coming in that will look for retest or potential higher highs on this one. So, and it's a decent play. I quite like it. So we'll see what we've got. But yeah, that's a nice target there. See if we can't make it down to 260, a little bit lower. Okay, NVDA, a double bottom into the buy side liquidity pool. That's nice to see. Just need to close above these stair steppers to try and get a push further up there for me. SMR took that short, didn't I? SMR. Yeah, so SMR just still trickling along its trend line. I feel like that's not having a quick enough short side resolution. GOEV is what I want to see on these shorts at this time in the morning. If we go into kind of 10:30, 11 o'clock, that starts getting a bit crazy. It'll kind of, I just feel like it's all algoed out at that point where, you know, the job's done and anything can happen between then and after lunch. So yeah, that's the resolution I like. Quickly, give me that trade down from kind of 3.5 down to 260, 270, and then I'd wait for a re-entry on that. SMR is still doing it. It's just doing it a lot slower, which makes me all the while it's holding the 50% of where it's come from on small caps. Makes me kind of. It's almost did hold 50% exactly there on that bar. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So still short SMR, long NVDA. Tesla was short, didn't take the reversal on it. What else did I have? Oh, STI. STI short, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm still watching NVIDIA. I know it's. I'm trying to help you here, Scott. So
yeah,
I know
just put a massive order in, big as you can, Michael. That'd be great.
Let me try to push that for you. It did reach support here at 905. So in that case, we might see a bounce. The only problem for me is the market. Because if the market will shift and continue, basically start another push to the downside, then it won't really help NVIDIA.
Michael, I've lost your stage.
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I dropped the screen. Yeah. Okay. So NVIDIA does look good here. It dropped to the pre-market highs, 200 EMA, 904 wrong number. Everything is okay here. The only problem is the market that is trying to push to a new high, but that is, for me at least now, as long as it's within that range, will be just to push to the upside in order to drop. So I don't know if I can help you on that one, Scott. Sorry about that.
No worries.
And STI, SMR, still waiting for those to do something that will make me want to join in, as well as GOEV.
I'm gonna. So you're. Hold on. What was the 11 play? What was the 11 play? SMR.
SMR, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go and look back and see if I can't find what you like on on SMR. Ah. Have a look. So this kind of area, are you kind of looking at this kind of area here? Yeah. And is it anything to do with that there as well?
Yeah, high volume resistance from the top. Also, before that, if you go even further to the history, yeah. So this whole area of 11, 1120. Yeah, I mean that's the one. But I don't know if we will see that today. We gotta find more volume.
TSVT, that's 270, is interesting today. It made a push there, and it is let's see, the FDA Oncologic Drugs Advisory Committee voted in favor of Abecma as a favorable risk profile for multiple myeloma. So that's an interesting possibility. And
you in NVIDIA now, Michael?
Nope, didn't take it.
Okay, so that's the deepest part of that pool that I've got for NVIDIA. That was literally stop out time for me if 903 kind of 80 failed on that. I'm not... Yeah, because I'm kind of down here at 861 after that. So, yeah, other than that, the only thing would be like hoping a 200 SMA is going to work there or something, but not really. Not really enough for me how I trade. So we need to, NVIDIA needs to do something for me now, really, to the upside. Get yourself above the moving averages, above the trend line, and then a push up here towards 920 would be ideal. Whether or not we get it, Michael's not joining me now, so we'll see.
Not taking the heat.
Don't blame you. SOUN. Yep, so still down there with its target. That's good. Cura. So, okay, so this is now putting in a similar pattern to what I look for. Has it already done it once? Pretty much. Or are we going to get it hold again? So let's see if Cure Relief, So benchmark 1 play on Cure Relief. Seeing what we can do around this just under $7 area. If we get a crack of that and a close above, 795 to 850. So I'm looking at that play. A couple of alerts going on here.
I'm going to try to short the market. Let's see.
Qs?
Yep.
I'm going to look at that IMRX. What was that? I thought Immuneering. Biotech.
Yeah, I've missed that one, Great Scott. I think it's I just needed something better up here, some sort of retest, or even trying to nick a wick of a candle or something, but didn't get anything. So yes, too near the target for me to think about a short at the minute. But nice call either way. A long at 365 for me high. Sorry, have I got that price right? Oh, sorry, target price. I haven't got it right. Long GOEV with the target price at 365. yeah, I think there'd be people joining you down there. I don't know whether or not they'd be looking for this play, but let's see. If they don't go that low, you're definitely going to be in before those guys. Let's put. So if you get paid at 365 on GOEV, then I would be definitely looking for a short up there as well. Like that a lot. BA testing the backside of that channel it was in, isn't it? So BA dropped out of its channel and retesting the backside of it at the moment. So yeah, just that looks really nice. Likes the channel. Let's see if that can confirm under.
I'm going to put my ear to the ground and see if there's any rumblings on the rails out there, so to speak. Check in with some folks.
What was it? Oh, Tesla was okay. We didn't have a trading room on Tesla, but you know, it's Tesla launched the new space, right? The X, not Tesla. Yeah, it was Tesla actually. Sorry. So
well, it was SpaceX, right?
SpaceX. Thanks. I forgot the name. So anyway, on Thursday it dropped like crazy, reached that resistance on right here at 165, and then made a crazy drop all the way till the end of the day. And that was a classic one, exactly as SPCE did on Virgin Galactic. On the day of the launch, I took a long, and it continued to drop for the next like a month or so afterward. Not similar as Tesla, but on the day of the drop, exactly the same. Like buying the rumor, selling the news. That was
well, I love anything space launch related, just because it always reminds me of one of the classic. It's recent, but it is a classic now, and it will be for the ages. That "Please fly again" tweet. That was great. So I think that was actually a Virgin launch that got scrubbed. They had to bump it like a month, or there was an abort. Yeah, someone was like, my entire net worth is in calls. Please fly again. Please do it. No.
All right. Game over on NVIDIA, guys. Game over on NVIDIA.
Very nice shift.
I'm going to.
Yeah, next up, 890. 890. Yeah, 890.
Huh.
92.
This is interesting. So apparently NVIDIA is having their GTC 2024 conference. It's the conference for the era of AI. And it started, oh no, that was yesterday. Their keynote address is, wait, no, that doesn't seem right. Somebody said their keynote speaker at that conference is at the market close today. So that's interesting.
So I would look for NVIDIA later on that day. It will reach 893, like the range between 5 to 2. So like 895, 892. That could be my level to start buying on NVIDIA. Nice one, Cannoli. That's a great job. Nice.
Nice.
So this could be significant, actually. If NVIDIA is dipping, we might see a buy up here. And let me try to share my window here.
STI started to move and to push.
Push.
Higher. STI.
Yep.
So I just pulled up the schedule here. Yeah, this is the GTC conference. And yeah, their keynote is 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific time. So I would not be at all surprised to see. Let's see here. Wow, NVIDIA is above 900 now.
Oh, yeah. Welcome, team. Good morning.
I blinked and it was. Target is doing very nicely, though. I'm happy to see that. So yeah, I'm going to see what the topic is about this. Okay, 900 sessions covering generative AI, LLMs, data science, computer vision, the data center, and more. What is their keynote? Oh man, Jensen Huang is giving the keynote. Well, it's gonna rip. It's gonna break 1,000. There's no way it doesn't break 1,000 tonight.
Are you saying all I need to hold that until Jensen Huang speaks?
I mean, you know, anything else, I would say usually, you know, people are getting hyped up about a conference speaker or whatever, but
He rocks
you know,
it, does
you
he?
expect a sell off, but this is NVIDIA we're talking about, and this is Jensen Huang, and yeah.
Okay.
Hey, tomorrow, see, the session is called Driving Innovation, Generative AI, and Industrial Digitalization in the Automotive Industry. Senior leadership from Jaguar Land Rover, Wabi, and Wave as they discuss their experiences in incorporating generative AI. So that is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, so 5 p.m. Eastern. This is coming from Red J. Arlington. He's got he's putting some stuff into the chat on this. Oh, that's one of his. Oh no, he's relaying that. That's come from somebody else. But anyway. But yeah, Jay's saying we remember the last two GTCs where it was name drop after name drop. So yeah, so we could see some movement on anything in the self-driving space as well as, you know, the AI space. So. Speaking of cars, Carvana. It's pushing back up above 81 there. So and okay, I took that TSVT long, and already that is going nicely. That as well. Not in this account, that was in my other one, but yeah. That's good. So IMRX and TSVT both looking nice so far.
Here we go, STI, new high, almost new high. So I will try to short it at around 4. If I'll see something, we need high volume and all the rest of the stuff. But yeah, there is nothing above it for me, at least not the historical.
I'm just going round number.
Yeah, round number. We'll see high volume, diversion in the MACD. We'll get it done. Let's see. Bitcoin trying to push down. I see coin also trying. COIN. Yep.
Now, ARM is looking real nice. There's a ascending triangle right there, and hood also. So that's where I was thinking. Yeah, you could do a hood. Is I don't know. Coin looks like it's basing there too. I see it forming on the 3-minute, maybe trying to. Yep. But hood showing strength there. I think hood is the stronger of the two, I would say, by far. You could do possibly a nice pair trade there, depending on your conviction.
What do you got there, Scott, on Tesla? I mean, it did move very nicely. So
Tesla is, it's a wide range, Michael. I've got, so actually, let me get these benchmarks in from the lows. So I've just done that on STI as well. So I'm not using pre-market lows, using the lows from, that's NVIDIA. I need Tesla, 1 second.
Wow, look at Target go. That's right. Oh, this is Fennec. Fennec's going to.
A nice move on the Target.
So, yeah, going out. So obviously this was the one on the downside, but just to reuse it to the upside would be that line that I drew in earlier, right? So it's pretty much you crashed through this sell side liquidity pool is kind of easily recognizable. It didn't need anything there, and it continues to pause and push. The benchmark was just above that as well. So what's given me that line right there, and that's the gap I like to trade. So as I said earlier, I missed it, but that's the one gap I like to trade, and this is the other gap between benchmark 1 and benchmark 2. Bogey level would be in the middle, pretty much where it is. So yeah, it's definitely all got. It's close. There is a level above, but like I said, the big caps really need to act like the small caps in order to hit benchmark 2. But Tesla's done it many times. Does it all day? Yeah. But yeah, that's it's not a bad area for me right here. Preferably 173.5. I shorted STI. 1 second. I took a teaser on STI because I redrew those benchmarks using the low from the buy side liquidity pool. So nice. I drew, so from this area here where we was kind of accumulating down the bottom, I had the benchmark here. It was just tapping that bogey level, and I did throw it in. So it's not going to be, it's there. 50%. So as soon as I saw that little bit of rejection, I hit the short button. I'm in from 356, so just below there. Now if I'm just playing that normally, it will be the last. I'm just looking for the last buy side that held. So this one,
nice move.
This one, so I'm taking target from this guy here up here. So target number 1 sitting there at 320. And that's buy side. So coming down now to that. It was just a starter, unfortunately. I took my eye off the ball. So it could. So I'm aware the benchmark is up there, and this is a kind of middle ground that it can come to this buy side pull and go back for it. So I'll see what happens down here. I'm also going to encounter those buyers on the short seller dip buyers after this that will come in. I expect it to be around VWAP and these moving averages around here. So I'm hopefully going to get down to this 315 area, 310.
Yeah, looks like.
Which is not bad.
SMR pushing nicely up, trying to reach the 10, and then maybe even higher.
Okay, so this is my area to add SMR. Thanks, Michael. If it's going to hold for today, but I do want to see some clear confirmation here because, like I said, of the area up there. So let's see what we can get. Okay, SMR. See if we can't. So there's a kind of a 180 degrees on that last 1 minute candle there. Let's see if we can close under this 974. Tesla did tap into the I've got to come back to this SMR. Tesla did tap into that kind of bogey area. I just took another look, like another push up.
Yeah.
What have you got on that? You got higher?
Well, on Tesla?
Yeah, have you got a level higher or?
Just 174.60. So that's quite up. Nice move on STI.
Oh, we're back down there.
I'm seeing what could be topping.
Oh, nice, nice.
So I noticed gold seemed to be drifting down a bit, and then could be a top formation on Procter and Gamble here, as well as Colgate. So I want to see what happens here.
All right, so I'm out of STI. 356 down to 310. Oops, is it still drawing? So that's my second go at STI today. Now again, I'm out early because I've got a feeling that play's coming in. I can only draw that circle in. It comes down to it. I see rejection. It's at the bottom of the liquidity pool. Nothing to say it's going to stop, but I'm just aware that those buyers could come in here just as easy as it can drop right through. So as it's the second play, I don't need to be greedy on it today. It looks like, I don't know, I've drawn this trend line in from ages ago. Oh no, that's not relevant to me now. Yeah. Yes, it's a trend line holding as well. So yeah, I can see some buyers coming in here. So I thought just take it off. Don't want to let it rip up to my benchmark up here. So they're confirmed now because they've got their, well, it's not a close, but it's certainly price is above that 315 area where that red candle closed. So those guys will be in at some point with their stops below the round number at 3. Now the question, first one for me is, do I get a momentum sell? Is there a momentum sell here? So do I get a green to red underneath these, within these moving averages? If so, these guys could get stopped straight away and we could go down much further. What have I got below? It's going to be this, even though I don't like liquidity switch on, it's going to be that low. It's wider. Where would it have been if it had come all the way down to 250? Yeah, so I'm going to say I'd like 250 if we can. If we can get another go at it. So the longs, this is all on the assumption, you know, I just let this play. I don't really mind what it does. If it does want to go to benchmark 2, that's fine. I'm just trying to get an idea with these small caps. If they can run away, where is that likely to be? So I think we've got longs on the table here. I think they're looking for another high of day. I'm not sure whether they'll be looking for a supernova at this point, seeing that. There will definitely be shorts that want to add. And I think that will be in a similar place to where the sell side pool is. Mm-hmm. Failing that, if we get a color change right here, right now from this bar in this, you know, these momentum moving averages for me, then that could be an, you know, given what I've taken out of that name today, I could short that down hoping for a move to 270 where they all just get stopped, I guess. So, okay, so that's a good enough color change. So I'm going to see if I can't go with that. If I can get a close on this, how long we got to go? 4 seconds on the close. Just to see, I'm holding a finger on the trigger on the market order, just waiting. I don't want a color change the other way. I want that pin bar to hold. Okay. I like it less. I don't feel like that's momentum right now. If I go to 5 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I definitely don't like it after 5 1-minute bars. So 20 seconds left on this bar. Reject and red, I'll short it. Otherwise, I won't do anything. Three seconds. Looks interesting. Yeah, I was just going to say that, Michael, off that bogey level for me at 172.50. Micro head and shoulders there, is it? I don't know. Okay, so now I don't really class that as a momentum play. But let's see what we get. I'm going to put an alert up here. See if we can't retest for a third time. Let's move this out of the way. I'm kind of aware that was the benchmark. I know what I've got above. I'm just looking at that Tesla then, Michael, was... Yes, I'm a little bit off there. So...
So while we're waiting for those, I think I'll do the recap for today. So Gil, if you're with us. Very nice one. Okay, let's head to that. Today I had 2 trades. One was on NVIDIA. NVIDIA took a great long on that at the break of the resistance. So it actually reached that moment. I started to add here and added more as it continued to my favor. But like I said during the live, it looks like it's going to drop from this area. High volume coming in, negative diversion in the MACD, reaching the resistance level. All of those connecting with the push from the market, got it to drop. I didn't cover that, waited to see another bounce, and eventually took out my stop loss. It took out my stop loss, so that's on NVIDIA. And right now I'm still in that Q's trade. It all started when the market reached resistance hourly chart on the NQ, which major resistance from here. And then on the 1 minute chart, you can easily see that as well. It dropped nicely. We said we were waiting for it to reach another new high. It did that. Now drop in, not too much, doing it kind of slowly, but hopefully it will start pushing higher even more. So I'm in that short on the Qs, took 2 chunks. And like I said, on NVDA, that was my losing trade today. It was great execution at first when it broke, and then on the retest, but it didn't hold eventually. So those are my 2 trades. What about you, Scott? What you got in the cannon?
Let's bring it over then. So Tesla was my first. Bring this over here. Right, so let's get that overlay off. So my Tesla trade, if I can grab that down here. My Tesla trade was, short from 167.66. I should have got out down here when it was, hitting everything. That's STI, sorry. Tesla. Yeah, I should have been out down here at the benchmark. Unfortunately, I gave most of those profits back and kicking myself for not taking the long, because it eventually, that's the whole reason I should have been out down there, because it turned into a long play. So my bad, didn't lose anything on it, but I let opportunity get away from me there on Tesla. STI. Actually, I'm not going to finish on NVDA. I'm going to go with it. Okay, let's try it from here. So NVIDIA, what can I say? Thank you. 914 long and out at 900. We'll see if we get a double bottom there and away it goes. But yeah, that was my stop area. So out of NVDA, and then STI. STI, 2 shorts on STI. First one there from 325 out at 294 because I was expecting the possibility of the push up, and then short 356 and out at 310, and I just took that short and then thought it was FOMO, and I got it out, so I didn't do anything with that. So I nearly done it, but we'll see how that plays out. That is a kind of momentum play, but it's doing it right. So what can I do? I'm not in that. Did I take SMR as well? Did I take an SMR play?
Hopefully not, because it did pop up.
Oh no, I'm waiting to add SMR at this area now, right?
Sorry,
so
what? No, please don't turn this into an ASMR stream.
Oh no, not that one. Not that one.
So yeah, no, I am looking to add to this at this level. Obviously, I know there's 11 up there. I will have to cover at 10, but I'm good. Yeah, this is a tiny position. I'm just looking to add to here. If we don't pop, if we pop, I'm just covering that. That's not a problem. I'm good with that. Tesla is pushing further up into. So Tesla, just quickly popping back to that. Remember, I've got that benchmark up here at 173, 174. If it wants to do that from these lows, so pushing a little bit further than the bogey level. So I'll see what it does there. All right, Tim.
Yeah, I had a few good plays. Most of them are turning out well, actually. Although, to be honest, it seems like my long plays are going well and my short plays not so much. So I think it is just the direction the market is going there. So let's see what we have here. Big ones are Target. That I was counting on the end of the week. I just thought, all right, I think this is the bottom here. I think it pushes up, and lo and behold, that is what it's doing. It's back up to 166. URI, they did that acquisition. There was a debt offering, and they came down, tested some key levels, and you can see actually there. Let's see. there's basically two channels, and it seems to be making its direction up. But I think there's room up to at least 715, 720 when it tries to start test re-entering that channel. And of course, if it gets back in and goes up, then it could join NVIDIA in the 900, 1000 range, which is pretty cool. Let's see. And the other ones, it's actually in my other Trade the Pool account here, but TSVT, that's 270 Bio. Again, they got that new drug designation, I think. Got to remember what it is, but that's moving nicely. And ARM as well, doing well. A couple that are not doing so hot just yet. CL looked like it could be topping. That's just kind of wobbling around there. Disney, I'm just being sort of contrarian on that one because that pop seemed not quite real. And if this channel is an actual channel, then we can see it's making lower highs within the channel, and this could be a rejection. We'll see if that plays out or not. And GME, it looks like the apes are winning for today. So what do we have here?
Nice one. Yeah, getting a nice move on that.
Let's zoom in. Yeah, back to you.
Nice move on Qs right now, but I'm also watching NVIDIA. That's even more interesting for me since we talked about this level right here, the 895, between 895 to 92. So we are just reaching that. That would be a nice move. Start buying NVIDIA, and I'll do that and try to add more if it will play with the range. Well, the market is trying also to shift direction. But go ahead, Tim, if you have anything to add.
Oh, no, just I do think Bark is getting ready to push again. So we'll see if that plays out. That might be over the course of the week. I'm not sure the time frame. And GME, I think the test here is going to be this 200 EMA. It's just trying to get, this is a 1 minute I'm zoomed in, but it's at the top of its VWAP range here, and it's trying to push up through the 200 EMA. And so if it can, we can start reclaiming that, but I think that's going to be the real test. So keep an eye on that.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
I think time for us to wrap it up. So I'm going to say thank you to you guys again, Alf, Nolly, all the regulars coming in today, all the new guys. Who else we got to give a shout out to? Dion.
Tiny
T, yeah, he's in there as well.
Yeah.
Great Scott. Great Scott.
Great Scott.
Hans, thank you for the NVDA long. No offense taken. All right.
Hey, just wait till that keynote. I think Jensen can't do us wrong.
Okay.
Let's go, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks very much.
Thanks so much, guys.